am a damn Alabama fan and proud of it. Gump Nation forever, brother.
Namath again faking, quickly finds his target.
Now cuts in. He's at the 40-yard line. He's at the 30.
Quick drop throws in the end zone.
Each number represents an expectation, a challenge that only a championship tradition can issue.
Pressure. Anders hits him. The ball is loose. Alabama, here comes a heat.
Cornelius Bennett.
Whoa, did he get lit up?
It is an endless passing of the torch that urges the wearer to enrich his legacy.
Brings pressure up the middle in a hurry. They can't get away from Dante. Alexander first down and more.
Richardson breaks free on the sideline. Turns the corner. Can you say goodbye?
Because at Alabama, tradition is not retired. It is built.
Paul Bryant, like you.
I'd like for people to remember me as being a winner, because I ain't ever been nothing but a winner.
Alabama defeats Miami. Stallings has succeeded.
This is not the end. This is the beginning.
Roll Tide, family, roll tide. It is good times again. This is outstanding. I'm still pumped. I can't get over last week. It was so wonderful. And this week brought even better news. I cannot wait to get in tonight's show. Roll Tide family. Well, thank everybody for being in over there in the chat side. Thank you so much. But as B.B. King said, let the good times roll. So we're just going to roll on over to Reverend Feelgood. Come on down, Reverend Feelgood.
I want everybody to think here for a second. How much does this game mean to you? Because if it means something to you, you can't stand still. You understand? You play fast. You play strong. You go out there and dominate the guy you're playing against and make the damn quit. That's our trademark. That's our MO as a team. That's what people know us as.
How's it going, Reverend Feelgood?
That's our framework. That's our MO. Don't you damn quit.
There you
Roll
go.
Tide,
You got roll tide, brother. But also, as B.B. King also said on Let the Good Times Roll, we don't care if you're young or old. Bama fans get together and let the good times roll. So let's bring in A.T. Let's roll it on down. Come on in, A.T.
Going anywhere doesn't just roll out great players. He and his staff develop them. It's all about the process.
Hey guys,
He keeps bumping you off. He can't make his mind up what he's doing.
Do I have to bring him on? Jeez.
You got to bring him on.
He's too
just
loud
play his
up.
music.
He's too
You got
loud
to
up.
play his music, man.
Oh, jeez.
Come on. There you go. Damn it.
Better
They're
put
starting
that in
already.
there quick. Put that in there out there quick, so I can tell you. We in for
That's
tonight.
a great intro. I like that, man. I love your
yeah.
intro.
You know, he done it. He makes me look good. And I mean, that's how good he is to make me look good. Icebox is a fucking genius.
Well, before we get in our topic tonight, everybody, and our topic tonight is fresh and funky.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a good topic tonight, y'all. Before we get into that, I'd like to get into my favorite part of the show. If you would, Icebox, if you'd roll the dedication, please, sir. It is my great honor to continue the over 200 years of service, the history of the women in the U.S. military. We are still continuing, and I'm going to keep going because this is too important, y'all. And I'm just doing it era by era, just so y'all know. There's nothing racial about it. There's nothing personal about it. It's just one battle after another, so everybody can understand how important all the women are today and have been through the history of our military in the United States. Tonight's topic that I'm in is WW2. WW2 created an unprecedented need for service members as more than 16 million Americans stepped up to serve on the front lines, the majority of those being men. The U.S. military was left with many non-combatant roles that needed to be filled. So the women of the United States stepped up also. And for the first time in history, all the branches of the military enlisted women in their ranks. The Army formed the Women's Army Auxiliary Corps, which was later renamed and restructured to form to the Active Duty Women Army Corps. The Navy formed the Women's Accepted for Volunteer Emergency Service. The Marine Corps enlisted women in a Marine Corps Women's Reserve. The Coast Guard formed the Women's Reserve, which stood for the Coast Guard motto, always ready. In total, nearly 350,000 American women served in uniform during WW2. These women took on non-combatant roles in order to free up more men to fight. They continued to work jobs as they did during WW1, but they also drove vehicles, repaired airplanes, worked in laboratories, served as radio and telephone operator, riggers, test flew planes, and even trained their male counterparts in air combat tactics. They wouldn't let them play, but they would definitely let them teach the guys how to fly a plane. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that until I read this. Women also served as nurses. 57,000 served in the Army Nurses Corps and 11,000 in the Naval Nurses Corps. And these roles were not without risk. Many of these women worked right on the front lines and came under enemy fire, and some even got wounded in combat. And quite a few also was POWs because they was that close to the battle. In total, 432 women were killed in the line of service during WW2, and 88 were taken POWs. At this time, I'd like to bring everybody on. Women, it's getting deeper and deeper, man. People's got to realize I'm so proud. I mean, I got goosebumps talking about everything these women did for the U.S., did for me, did for my family, did for everybody watching and listening. For all you women who served and are still serving, we at Bam Down Sports, we salute you. Salute. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
William, what do you say about that WW2 women?
They are definitely needed. So yeah, it just amazes me, you know, how a nation can come together in these times. That they all just pull together, and men, women. I mean, you know, but they did different functions and stuff, and it's me.
No, we're losing you, William.
Go ahead.
William, I'm going to roll over to AT, see if we can get your signal to catch up. We're losing you. AT, what do you think about it, sir?
No, the men and women that served, the women didn't get the recognition they deserved. Here's the thing. Them battlefield now, after being bombs going off and people getting shot, these women should have been given some kind of Navy Valor Cross or some kind of medal. Other than that, they're out there without a weapon in the battle, trying to get a guy to where he won't die, so they can get him back to the med tents, but back off the battlefront. They're out there taking a shot, getting shot at just the same. There should be a lot of Valor medals or something coming for these women that were nursed. God bless them. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. I would also like to bring up one more during this time. It's sad times in America. I'd like to also salute the 3 soldiers who tragically passed away over there in Jordan due to a drone attack. I'm going to have to blame it on they found a hole in our defense. They figured out they could fly in a drone behind our drone and it would not be detected, would not be shot down. So now we are actively fixing that problem, but we did lose 3 service people in that attack. And for them, I want to salute them also. Salute. Anybody got anything they want to say? William, you want to try it again? You want to say anything about the people who passed over there in Jordan?
Yeah, that's a damn shame, that they having to go through that shit there. And they say it's what is it, Iran doing that shit there, supplying all the damn weapons and shit. It's just a bunch of shit. So,
AT? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, William.
I said I'm just hoping that we got a plan. Take care of that. That's what you said, wasn't it? That we've got something to counteract that.
Oh yeah, it's going to be some readjusting on the sonar. Going to be some readjusting. They found a loophole.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Go ahead, AT.
Somebody, you cannot plan for every contingency. We know that. Nobody's 100% sure. But the one definite thing you can never, ever, ever, ever figure out is when somebody is crazy like that, you can't defend against crazy. It's like 9/11 when they flew the daggum, planes into our buildings up there in New York. You can't defend against somebody that is absolutely maniacal, crazy. I mean, there's the Muslims over there. You can't defend crazy. I mean, there's no way that you can see everything. So that's like you said, Spencer. They're going to figure out a way to stop it, and they do, and that won't happen again. They got lucky, but it won't happen again. There was 2 Navy SEALs, wasn't it? 2 of them were Navy SEALs. I think 2 of them were Navy SEALs out of the 3, wasn't it?
No, just one. But the thing is, they're all 3, unfortunately, was from the state of Georgia. They all was born and raised in Georgia. So we lost some SEC local people, which is sad also in itself. I mean, I hate any American. Don't get me wrong. I hate any American who passes in war protecting our honor over here. But that's a little close to home to Alabama right there. A little close to home.
You see what Mr. Georgia said to you?
Do I now?
B. Georgia said, "Thank you, Spencer. May they rest I can't read that. I think it said may rest in heaven. I think he's thanking
rest in heaven. I see it. Yes, they will. They definitely going to heaven. They're already there, brother. They're already there.
Amen. Yes, sir.
Right. Let's go ahead and get started with the show. Thank everybody for tuning in. As the topic you read up there is fresh and funky. And I'm going to put it this way, like KC and Sunshine Band. I am your Bama man. Turn me on. Turn these bad boys on all the way up. It is time. We're going to get a little funky with this tonight. In case of y'all young people, I know y'all young people won't know who this is, but Wild Cherry play that funky music. Bama fans. They said white boy, but I'm putting in Bama fans. Play that funky music, Bama fan, because it's gonna be a great year, y'all. The more I'm seeing what's going on, the more excited I'm gonna get. Now, don't get me wrong, y'all. I'm not saying we're going out there, we're going undefeated. We're kicking everybody's ass because it's going to be learning. We got a new coach, new systems, new players. It's all new everything, and these other teams are going to have to adjust. But the good thing is they have no clue what we bringing this year. They don't know. We're going to get all funky up on their ass, and they won't even know about it because they've been used to Alabama. You know what Nick Saban's bringing to the table. And he's going to kick your ass what he brought to the table. He'll point at the hole. That's why I'm running. I'll be damned if he didn't and made it work. That was Nick Saban's way of doing it. So defenses could get ready for him. Offenses could get ready for our defense. Because we run basically the same defense all the time, depending on the DC, if we could get the right blitzes called, the right lineups called. And we've had a few years under Golden Dildo that it didn't happen. But I'm telling y'all now, man, it's funky time, baby. It's time to get with it. Got to get with that music. Got to jam it with it, because it's coming, y'all. It is coming. I'm loving it. I'm excited to see what they're going to do themselves. And I'm looking forward to spring ball, but we all know they ain't going to put everything out there in spring ball. But we'll get a good idea of who all the players are. I'm excited. I'm just really pumped up about it. I mean, AT, what do you think, brother?
I'm going to tell you, I mean, it's coming. You know, when we're losing all them players, when Saban first retired, I was thinking we're going to have a water boy left. You know, I mean, players are going left and right and going and wouldn't even giving DeBoer a chance to come in and say, hey, let me talk to you, and this is what we're going to do going forward. They didn't want to. Some of them got paid. Bond and that other guy from over there, he went up there, and then he ain't on the team. I ain't even going to say his name. I guess
talking about Proctor? You talking about Proctor?
No, that other jackass that left. I ain't will say
Clayman Downs?
Proctor, yeah, that guy. I got no respect for him, and you know what they said. But anyway, we didn't get a chance. So when then DeBoer comes in, now he's turned it around. Now we're starting to get these guys coming in and getting them some guys. You know what was it, 4 or 5 stars? I think we wound up with. And he's showing what kind of coach he is. He's starting to turn it around and bring it back, and we're going to be hell. We're going to be rough. I mean, I'm not saying like you said, we're not going to go undefeated, because how hard would it be for a man to go undefeated in his first year anywhere? You know, I mean, especially in the SEC. So, I mean, if you think we're going undefeated, just forget that. We're going to lose at least 1 game, maybe 2 during the regular season. And I'd look for us to be, you know, around a 11-win mark, and maybe we can get the SEC championship game. It really is going to matter how well our 2 new starting tackles will be, how well they play. And I think if our tackles play well, our offense will carry us until the defense melds, you know, with this new system. And we're going to be hell, Spencer. Ain't no doubt about it. I think so. I mean, I feel a lot better than I did this last week. I'm thinking, it's like 11-2. Then I looked up and I seen everybody jumping off the ship as fast as they could. And we had 30 people, I think, leave. But this entire time, not just since Saban left, but I mean, when you have the players leaving left and right, I think, oh shit, we might wind up 8-4, you know, if we ain't careful. And now I'm looking more like I'm more confident. I think 11-2, maybe, you know, we might drop 2 during the regular season, just because of a new coach. You're going to probably lose 1 during the course of the year with Saban. You know, the new coach coming in, you add 1 more to it because of the new coach. So I'm thinking maybe 2 losses, and you know, I think we'll be in the final 12. We'll be maybe anywhere from 6 to 9. We'll be ranked in that area right there, and I don't know who them 6 or 9 in front of us going to be, but that's what I think, Spencer.
All right, William.
Get it to him, Will.
I beg to differ with you, Jack.
Who the hell is Jack?
You.
I guess it's me.
No. We're going to go undefeated, brother.
Hey, I like it.
Brother. We're going undefeated. Because we're going to do what they say can't be done, as the song says.
I hear you.
Yeah. We're going to take care of business. We got the team. And we got the coaches, and they're all lined up there, and we're going to have a good practice if they can practice. I don't know if they do anything during the winter time. They have to do something, or I don't know. Spring.
Lost you again, William.
Something going on there. Do that off the field and stuff. So I don't know how that shit worked. Do y'all? But yeah, I think they'll be ready. Yeah, I got down.
Yeah.
We're gonna be ready to go.
All right.
How many windows you got open, William? Do you know if you got more than just this show open? I mean, you got maybe a couple off.
No, sir. I'll cut the only other one off.
They turn some of that porn off, man. It's interfering with your damn picture. Anyway.
Hey, Spencer, we had a guy a while ago. I forgot which one it was, Spencer, but somebody in the chat wanted to see your nipples.
Oh, you got that. But you get that in just a minute. All right, yeah. Just 2 minutes. Now, you get it. You know I ain't afraid of it. I mean, anyway, but real quick on this little topic right here, the biggest thing that I'm saying, and y'all heard it here first, when we go undefeated and win the Natty, Reverend Phil So Good called it first. So y'all heard it here, just so you know. All right.
Yes, sir.
But one of the biggest things that me working in the industry is another thing I'm excited about.
Yes, sir.
Nick Saban, he ruled as a king. He controlled everything. He kept his thumb and finger and had eyes everywhere. He ruled. And he was damn good at it. Damn good at it. He knew what to do. He knew how to do it. And I was still so impressed what Nick Saban was able to do during his time. But now we have De Boyer. To me, what I'm seeing, how he's setting up his people, how he's setting up his staff, everything he's got going on around him, I'm loving what he's doing because he's ruling as a top CEO of a Fortune 500 company.
Yeah.
He's got a good mind, but he's putting people around him that have great minds. The only thing he has to do is put this great mind with this great mind to get the great plan up. And if you don't have a great plan, then he has a general manager to bring them all together. Let's hit our bullet points. Let's get on this board right here. What's our problem? Let's break it down. Like in my industry, how come we losing money in this area? All the heads get together and we figure it out. We get it fixed. So, I mean, I'm loving how he's doing this. It's all business. And I love all being business. Now, don't get me wrong. I love the King Saban. But I'm going to enjoy watching the Fortune 500 company coming in. It's all business. Because the coach is all business. The players are going to be all business. And I'm excited to see it. What do you think about that, William?
Yeah, I am too, man. And do not fret, folks out there in the chat and out there that's listening to this. Don't fret because we've had some players leave. You know, it's like when I was at work, the damn commode stopped up, okay? And I couldn't go take a shit. I had to hold it for 4 fucking hours. And
that's what's wrong.
And I took that pop, trying to get that to clear up, and it never would do it. Sometimes you got to get that shit gone, get it on out of the way, and there it is.
God,
go ahead. Yes.
Son of a bitch. Where'd you hold it at?
Gotta get that shit out of the way. I got to agree with you. Let's get that shit out of the way.
You held that shit for 4 hours. Where'd you hold it?
In my ass. Where else you going to hold it?
Oh, good Lord. I bet them shoulders got sore. But anyway, AT, what do you think about Boyer's way of his lineup, his coaches, and everybody?
Hang on a minute. Motherfucker. Oh, shit. What you asked me then? I mean, I was sitting here holding shit up here around your chest, you know, and then goddamn, when you asked me a question, What was the question? I'm sorry, Spencer.
All right. The king coach Saban. He ran it as the ruler. It was his way. He had a thing on everything. With the Boyer, why I'm seeing his lineup, how he's setting up his staff, is he's going to be a CEO of a Fortune 500 company. He's setting up the people. This is all business. That's the way I'm seeing it. How are you seeing it?
I agree with you to a certain point. I think he's going to be an amalgamation of what way Saban runs things, the way he runs things. He's going to take some of Saban's stuff, because when you follow the great one like he's done, he's going to ask him questions. He's going to say he's going to take some here and take some there from Saban when he's done. He's going to come in and run, like you say, he's going to run the 500 Fortune. He's going to run it his way. But look here, guys. We had the bear. We had the goat. Now we got the boar. I mean, we got the wild man in there. I mean, you don't know what you don't know, and I think his offense is going to be something the SEC ain't seen. So he's not going to show them, a lot. I didn't look at our schedule. I forgot when we play our first SEC team, but we're not going to show parts of it till we get there, because it's such a big secret. They ain't going to know what kind of offense. They can watch Washington and see some stuff, but I just think we're going to be able to run roughshod for a while, And again, I hope you're right, William. I hope we do go undefeated. I see one loss because it's so hard to go undefeated. But he is I think he'll marry his system in with what Saban done, and if he does, he's going to be fine. And we're going to be in the playoffs. And when you get there, as long as we get in the playoffs, it don't matter if you rank 1 or 12. You got an opportunity to win it all. And we got, by the time the end of the year gets here, we're going to have it laid out, ready to roll, and we ain't going to screw up like we did against Michigan. We ain't going to have that son of a bitches down there at Ohio State. He will be down there snapping the ball into the backfield 30 yards. We ain't got to worry about him no more. We got one of the best centers in the world. By then, our tackles will be ready. William, excuse me, Spencer, I'm so excited. I think, but then we're gonna be hard to handle, brother. Whew,
Go ahead, William. You had your finger up.
Well, I want to ask our brother over here. Yeah, over here. I want to ask him, who is the loss going to be to?
I don't
in
know.
your opinion.
Well, anytime you play the SEC like we got with Ole Miss and now Alabama, Lord have mercy, Ole Miss, Tennessee, LSU, Georgia, Oklahoma. Anytime you play that type of schedule, it don't take but one play here, one play there, 24-23 instead of a 26-23, kind of game. I don't know. It's just so hard to go undefeated. Every year that Saban's been here, how many undefeated seasons Saban have? How many times did he go undefeated?
3.
Well, I thought it was just 2. Was it 3 went undefeated the whole season?
3 went undefeated.
So 3 of his championship teams were undefeated?
To be sure, but,
I thought he only had one undefeated championship team. And that was with a Mac, and then went through the season running 50, 60 points.
Anyway, I'll look that up. We'll get that up. I'm pretty sure somebody in the chat will pull that up with us real quick. Go ahead, Reverend. What the fuck? Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, fucking Reverend.
What the
go ahead, brother.
What?
You had your finger up. You had something you want to say.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's I just want to know who the loss is going to be to.
Okay. All right.
I got you. I don't know, man. I wish I could say I don't know.
Do you see us having a loss there, Spencer?
Do what now?
Do you see us having a loss during the year?
Honestly, I do. But I also see us going in the playoffs and winning a natty.
There you go.
And who that team will be, I can't answer you, just like AT. It depends on that night, who gets the wrong penalty at the wrong time, who it might be an interception here, a fumble there, a missed field goal somewhere, because we ain't got our boy Will no more either, y'all. So we're dealing with a new field goal kicker also. So there's many ifs here. But the good thing, and I want y'all to say the good thing, the funky thing is, like AT said, we have an all-American center now.
Amen.
Put the ball right here for our quarterback. I'm telling you, that's worth 21 points a game, that the man can see what's going on and got the ball. He ain't got to go down, dig it out of the dirt, look up, then stand up to see what's going on.
And run 20 yards.
It's a major difference, y'all. It's major. And we got that fixed, or the Boyers got that fixed. Anyway, all right, let me get on here real quick. I would like to talk about the fresh part. Why I have fresh up here. Well, I did take a shower and smell pretty damn good. Looking good. What can I say? I ain't no prince, but I'm pretty damn fresh right now. But anyway, I would like to take a big kudos to anybody and everyone out there, anybody who watches this after we get done. The University of Alabama is the place to be if you're an athlete of any kind. Whatever your field is, Alabama is where champions are made, where legends are made. I don't care what it is. I mean, let's look right here. Alabama is so great. We're all over the sports news, so you get notoriety right off the get-go. Let's look at a 20-year-old golfer, Nick Dunlap, junior in college, 20 years old. He went in and won a PGA Tour event. He won it, y'all, not by a little bit. He went in and spanked the field. He couldn't take the $1.5 million because he was a student athlete. The only person who did that at that age before him is Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods was 20. Tiger Woods wasn't in college. So this man made a decision. He went pro. He announced it, came up, announced he's going pro. That's how kind of coaching you get in golfing at the University of Alabama. Now, that ain't no coaching. You got to have some serious talent. I ain't going to deny that. I'm not a golfer. I have never been one to hit a ball with a club. Every time I do, I cringe and grab my own. No, to me, that ain't right. You got on here, you got old sand pits and all that, and not one time, you had to do it 18 fucking times. That shit would hurt. I can't imagine hitting a ball that many times. Anyway, side point.
Fucking time, man.
But that let me just break this down real quick. He joins the great Tiger Woods as the only golfer to win the U.S. Amateur and the U.S. Junior Amateur Championship. Nick became the first amateur to win on the PGA Tour since Phil Mickelson did it in 1991. That's impressive, y'all.
Yeah. That's
from the University of Alabama. And his mom and daddy, don't get me wrong, his mom and daddy had a lot to do with that too. But that's impressive. That's impressive. Bama's basketball team. How great is the Nate Oates? They're kicking ass, taking names. They just took Auburn to the woodshed, spanked that little booty for them. Oh, Lord. And let me say this real quick while I'm on that. Alabama fans, seriously, man, y'all are showing up at these basketball games and showing out. Thank you. Awesome job. Keep it up. We need it on every event we got going on. We got football coming back. We need y'all out there showing out. Thank y'all so much. It was so good to me. Made my heart feel good. A little goosebumps going, seeing that stadium filled up, even though the lights messed up there at the beginning of the game. But it was friggin' awesome. I enjoyed that. Another one, let me tell you about the women's basketball team. They are pumped. They have no fear. They're doing great also, y'all. So if you're a young lady that's looking for the greatest place to go to play basketball, Alabama. Come to Alabama.
Come on.
I got you another one. I bet not many of you know about it. Bama's adapted athletes. These are pretty much the athletes are in wheelchairs. The men's and the women's, they are just kicking everybody's ass. If they ain't able to kick them, they're canning the shit out of them. They are whooping booty, y'all. I mean, just over. And I ain't talking about 2 or 3 points. I'm talking they're spanking these people. I mean, yeah, we're so great in every avenue at Alabama. Y'all, if you're thinking about any college, you got to come to the University of Alabama. And I hadn't even got to the women's softball. These women, I think they're starting up in 8 days, 7 days, 7 or 8 days. Their season starting. These ladies are pumped. They are friggin' pumped. I follow them on Facebook. They are ready. It's on. It's going to be a great year for women's softball. Gymnastics. Oh, my God, gymnastics. These girls are still undefeated. They are doing great. They're doing outstanding. They're awesome. I mean, like I said, there's not a field that you can come up with that you don't need to be at the University of Alabama. Our tennis program, men's and women, they're on fire. They are kicking it. Men's baseball's gearing up. They're ready to hit it. Our hockey team is bad to the friggin' bone. And if you're a damn young fisherman, want a degree for bass, we have that too. Championship bass fishing. Come on, the University of Alabama. University is the best. And that's how fresh I can be, because that's how great the University of Alabama is and always will be. AT?
I'm with you, brother. Alabama's always a leader in sports, and in more ways than one, we're leaders around the country in all different kinds of avenues, venues. I've known it for a while, but some people didn't know about it. You know, Alabama has a hockey team. Everybody out there knows that. I mean, I've known it for a while, but just in case somebody else didn't know it, I'm Reverend Feelgood, and I don't know if he knew about it.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know.
Yeah, we play hockey, and we start dominating on it for long, just to give it a little bit of time. By the way, Van Edwards, here you go. That's for you, brother. Only for you. That was
what?
Van's still number one. He's still number one.
Van's my buddy. I had to wake him up a little bit. He's going to sleep on me. Guys, last week we talked about these guys, and I did a little bit, leaving, going to other schools, and I called them the names, and every time I said a certain word, I got, zapped. So I thought we got 3 different words. We got NLI, we got NIL, and we got LOI. You got the national.
Tell them the difference in them. Tell them the difference in them.
I sure will. Of course, the name, image, likeness, and national letter of intent, and letter of intent. Here's the thing. Does anybody out there know that your national letter of intent is not letter of intent? It's not the same thing. They're nowhere near the same thing, except that you sign something with an intention of doing something. A national letter of intent is for a scholarship ball player. It's going to get a scholarship. Now, letter of intent is for a non-scholarship ball player, and that's what Division III is. LOI is all letter of intents. So your letter of intent, though, is not a binding contract the way a national letter of intent is for 1 year. If you sign a national letter of intent with any public university or anybody like that, you got 1 year. And then you can request, if you want to go somewhere else after 1 year, the school has to let you out of that contract. If you want to go, let's say New York City and play for Rutgers, I remember Boston, New Jersey. If you want to go up north and play, they don't have no choice. They got to let you out of that NLI, national letter of intent, only for 1 year. That's that you hear about every year. The coaches are having to re-recruit. Excuse me. Having to re-recruit. I can't say that word. Re-recruit their own team every year, and so we have these transfer portal popping up. And when the transfer portal pops up, you lose players every year. And here's the thing. It's simple. I say simple because I'm simple. To stop the transfer portal from absolutely being that big of an ass, and that's when, coaches are leaving because the transfer portal ain't the only reason why I say they left, but coaches are going to get tired. We're all tired of it, right? But they're going to get tired of this. I got to go over here and re-recruit my offensive tackle because freaking Tennessee decided they want him. I can go over here and re-recruit my running back because Georgia decided they want him. and I still got 27 guys I got to go see in the helicopter over here in Washington, up here in New York, and down here in Las Vegas. And, I'd be in the NFL too. I want nothing to do with the recruiting. Take the damn national letter of intent, which is a binding contract for 1 year. Don't make it 1 year. Make it a 3-year contract. Don't make it 4 because the kid can, he wants to go pro after 3 years. And if he wants to go somewhere that bad after 3 years, don't let him go. And you can have any exception to any rule. And everybody knows there's always some kind of way you can get out of any contract that you sign, So if a kid has a hardship case, he's back home, something bad wrong, or just something, you know what's right and what's wrong, then let them out there in NLI, a national letter of intent. But this transfer just because, well, I know your head coach, my head coach left, I want to go somewhere else. No. You did not commit, and I know we all did. You did not commit to Nick Saban. You committed to University of Alabama. When you signed that piece of paper, it didn't say Nick Saban University, did it? It said Alabama. It didn't say Nick Saban. So, okay, turn it into a 3-year contract. It's that simple. I know it sounds simple. Make it a 3-year contract unless extraordinary events happen. And then that transfer portal, it's gone unless you want it to be there. Then you tell that player, look, you've been here with me for 2 years, maybe 3 years. After 2 years, you're not going to see no field. You're not going to get on the field. You're not going to be able to do anything here at Alabama, kid. Get in the transfer portal, try to go somewhere and help yourself out. That's what the transfer portal was supposed to be, is to help the kids. And, of course, we turn everything upside down, inside out. But that was supposed to help these kids that was not going to get on the field at Alabama's, the Georgias, Ohio States, and Michigan's, the big blue bloods that they knew they couldn't get on the field. And they could transfer from Alabama maybe all the way up to, say Washington, wherever they want to go, and maybe they can get on the field up there. That's what it's intended for, and we turned it into a bastardized, representation of it. And that name, image, likeness, that's just something that come along with it because now they can jump and run around and do what they want. Let me pull this up real quick, make sure I read this right to you. On the NIL, which is name, image, likeness. You can make money on your name through a commercial partnership, a sponsorship, and merchandise sales. That's what NIL is supposed to be. That's what it's supposed to be. And you make money on that, and that's what it is. But now, look what we got. We got NIL collectives. We're paying players to come play for Alabama, come play for Ohio State, come play for Tennessee or that West Georgia team down here. We're paying these players not through name, image, likeness. We're just paying them to come play for the university. And, that ain't what NIL is supposed to be about. Nick Saban told us at the beginning, is that what you want this to be? And that ain't what we want. That ain't what it's supposed to be about. It's supposed to be totally different. You make money once you get to university and you do good. And it's like somebody says, hey, look here, we want you to sign a contract to represent us on oranges. We're selling oranges and we want you to help us. And there's NIL. You can make money on it. This NIL is not NIL. So that is a bastardized product of what's going on. But if we can take that national letter of intent, turn it into a 3-year contract instead of a 1-year contract, and of course there's things that can happen, make things different, then we're going to be a lot better off. Let me find this real quick. I'm going to read this to you. All right. Yeah, they're talking about the NIL collective. This landmark legislation has thus given rise to a sudden influx of NIL collectives. What is in a NIL collective is, put simply, NIL collectives are independent. You hear me? Independent organizations. It's not supposed to be the damn university. They are independent organizations that fundraise money for various universities and give it to attending college athletes in the form of NIL agreement payouts. Independent organizations. And you can't make it no plane, right? No more plane than it's not University of Alabama, University of Tennessee, University of Auburn, University of Georgia. Independent organizations is what NIL is supposed to come from. and we've turned it around upside down on its head and turned it into something just totally what we don't want. And these coaches are going to be tired of it. They're not going to keep putting up trying to get these players in there and have to re-recruit. Because I'm telling you, would you? Would you want to go somewhere and have to keep recruiting your ice boxes of the world? Hey, look, we need you to stay here and have to do it every year. So anyway, that's the biggest thing is a national letter of intent. And you heard letter of intent, but that's the difference. The letter of intent is not a binding contract. The national letter of intent is. But since Saban left, I'm fired up, guys. Absolutely. This portal since Saban left, we ain't lost as many as I thought we did. We Maury knee block, and then here we go again after this. So you can cut me off 3 or 4 times if you need to, Icebox. But let me get this out for you to. Maury knee block went to Texas. He was a starter at Alabama. You're a quitter. Okay, Antonio Kite didn't get to start at Alabama and never was going to get on the playing field, but he went to that West Georgia school. Then there's another one, Caleb Downs. You were playing and starting, and it was going to be, you're the one that really gets on my nerves. You're a quitter. Des Ricks, he went to Texas A&M. I thought he might have got in and got some playing time this year, but I don't know if he wouldn't, but Isaiah Bond, he went to Texas. Isaiah Bond, we all know Gravedigger. Hey, guess what? You're a fucking quitter. Jameer Grimsley, I don't know if he got on the field. He's okay. Julian Sayin, I don't blame you, son. And, whenever you saw what they were doing, bringing in that quarterback from Washington, I'd have done the same thing because you was not going to get an opportunity. And then Caden Proctor, he admitted publicly, talking, he meant to or not, but he said they kept calling me. They kept calling me at home and saying, we're proud of you, hope you're doing okay. And so they were tampering the whole damn time. They were tampering with it. Then you got Sean Murphy went to Florida. I don't know if he'd ever got to playing field. Trey Amos went to the Golden Dildo, Spencer. Can you believe he went to freaking Ole Miss? Ole Miss. What the fuck are you thinking? That ain't quitting. That's just being stupid, brain dead, and a dumbass. You go down there, and then you're going to lose value. You're going to lose your spot in the NFL draft. What in the hell? Why would you go down there to the Golden Dildo? Go ahead, Spencer. I need to catch my breath.
I got a question for you. AT. Bring him back on. I got a question for him. Bring him back on. I got a question for you. You're calling all these boys quitters because they felt like they had other things they wanted to do. So these transfers that we're bringing on, this All-American center that we're all got a wood on, we finally got a center. Is he not a quitter? He's a transfer. Nope. That means he quit on his team. So if you call him ours a quitter, all of our transfers we're getting in are quitters too. You got to think about that one now, brother. I'm just sorry, you got to.
No, I don't.
What's the difference? Tell me what the difference is.
If you go from Washington to Alabama, or from Georgia to Alabama, or from Tennessee to Alabama, or Notre Dame to Alabama, you're going up. You're improving your life. You're improving your chances in life to do better, and you're going to go higher in the draft. You're making yourself better. If you leave Alabama and you're starting and you go to Ohio State, and I know Ohio State's pretty close, then you drop down a little bit. And that's the reason why I call them quitters, because they were at the highest form of Caden Proctor, Isaiah Bond, and Caleb Downs. Them three right there are the primary three that got on my nerves so bad because
okay. So I understand how you're thinking. You're just wording it wrong. Because I married up. My wife married down when she married me. So these guys are leaving. And they are actually marrying down. The people who are coming into Alabama are marrying up. You know what I'm saying? I got William. You had a chance to talk, sir.
I'm coming to the letter intent. I had a letter intent to go to the bathroom there and let that shit go. But when I seen the toilet was fucked up, I said no way. Because I don't want shit running in the damn floor. So I plunged that, and it never would go down, man. Couldn't get the shit going. It was still going up to just the edge of that damn where the water comes out. It kept going that 3 or 4 times. I said, fuck yes. So 4 fucking hours. I was prairie dogging it as motherfucker Jones said, or I think that's him. I was prairie dogging for 4 fucking hours. Trying to get that fucker to go back. Yeah. I finally got it done, man.
You finally got it up.
That's one of them stories I would never would have told.
Let it go, buddy. I let it go.
Wow. Well, that being said, then, I have to say this on you real quick, AT. I do like where you was going with this topic here. I personally, I think that this is going to end up going with the NIL. We've got, I know William's going to bring this up in a minute, but we got Tennessee, Florida State, and Florida that the NCAA finally decided that there must be a rule out there somewhere. I hadn't seen it. So they picked these 3 schools to go after for NIL. Texas A&M. I mean, really? Okay. I'm just curious here. Do what?
Go ahead, William. You think they grew a pair of balls? You was asking William. I'm sorry, Spencer. I didn't mean to. But go ahead.
Go ahead, William, then I'll finish up.
I'm sorry.
No, he wants to know. AT's asking you, do you think NCAA grow a pair of balls?
Well, you asked.
No. I mean, if they'd let that shithead up in fucking Michigan up there exonerate him for the shit he was doing, that's bullshit, man. You know, why is Khaki Pants getting a pass for going around fucking cheating and sending a guy out? Michigan, too. They was in on the shit, too. They was paying the damn funding that guy to go to these damn different colleges and read their damn fucking signs and shit and sending that back to Khaki Pants so they could make a damn scheme to win. Bullshit.
All right. Well, let me give you my thoughts on where all this is going. I agree with both of you. I agree with you totally. But what's going to happen, because even if NCAA decided to grow a couple of hickory nuts, because we know they ain't got no damn balls down there, definitely ain't no walnuts. They're fucking hickory nuts, because they've proved it ever since they started this shit.
They ain't got no balls.
Any restrictions on it. So what they set themselves up for is once they do this, all 3 of these colleges is going to sue the piss out of them. They have no grounds to stand on because they've let everybody run wild. They let them go crazy. It's been obvious. Everything's been going on. There's documentation everywhere, and they never did nothing. So they want to start it now. So then there's going to be a lawsuit. So what? And when they lose that case in Supreme Court, because that's where it's going to go, remember these 3 letters, y'all. CFP, college football. Oh, shit, CFP, my bad. College football. Because you got SEC, ACC, everything. College football. League. Remember that, league. Because there's going to be a separation. These colleges and coaches going to get tired of the NCAA. They don't know how to rule shit. They can't control NIL. They can't control the transfer report. They can't control a damn thing. Then it takes them 10 years to make a fucking decision.
I agree.
So the guys who get punished are not the guys who did the damn deed. Yeah, they wait and screw innocent people afterwards. So, yeah, I see the college football being CFB being changed over to the college CFB league and being separated. I may be wrong on the initials, but I see this coming, and I think this is going to start it with this NIL crowd because these colleges are going to sue the shit out of them. And I don't blame them because they have no fucking control over nothing.
Well, you remember back years ago when Barry Bryant was still around as our coach, he wanted to get out from underneath the NCAA and form their own league back then. I don't know. Right. I can't remember all the ins and outs of what it was. I mean, I was born in '65, but I remember from the '71 season, all the championships going forward. And I remember hearing the stories about Bear doing this and that. But Bear wanted to get away from the NCAA for a reason. When you got the NCAA, I think a lot of them's up there working the NCAA doing these jobs, just drawing a paycheck. They don't have the balls to do what they're doing. Right. If I tell you to go out there and you're on your job, Spencer, and you're working for me, and Spencer, I need you to make sure the 300-piece sheetrock get into these two apartments and make sure it's took to 101 and 102. Do not go to 202 and 201 above it to get the one on bottom first talking about, and you're going to do what you're told to do. And that's what a lot of these people in NCAA, they get in there and get these jobs, and they're told, hey, go do this. And they're like, huh? And they get this wide-eyed look, what the hell are you talking about? So, if you want it to be fair and you want it to be right again, that's my opinion, but you're right there on one. They're going to do something. NCAA ain't got the balls. I mean, they don't. I don't know what they're going to do different, but they're going to have to do whatever you're just, they're going to have to change something. Get better lawyers.
I'm sorry, William. I know I'm stepping over you. I apologize. But I'm thinking that these chancellors and college presidents going to have to get together and go, okay, there's only one way we're going to control this NIL stuff and portal is they got to go through our college. Your student is here. We're giving them the scholarship. They're here for our scholarship. We need control over this. And I agree with AT from earlier. There needs to be a contract. Now, I'd love to see it be a 3-year. I would, because that's when you're eligible to go on in the NFL.
That'll stop a transfer.
Letter intent, no, it's just a damn contract. And got to be something with the NIL in there. But the college is going to have to get a cut of the NIL because they're going to be their attorneys backing you up, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, that's just my opinion. William, what do you think, brother?
Well, and also Spencer, you're the head over a bunch of guys, right? At work.
Yes, sir.
And if one of them gets out of line, what do you do? Do you just let that go, or do you have a talk with them?
Oh no, I take them out for a drink, buy them suppers. Hey man, we need to talk about this. This ain't good. We got to change. I know you're better than this. All right. What's your mind? Is there a personal problem going on? Something I need to know about? Well, I mean, what is it? I mean, I need to know what's going on so I can help you. You're too good. You're too valuable to the company. And I need to know how I can help you because we can't let this happen again. This is costing us money. This is our year-end bonus right here. Let's talk to me, man. That's what I do.
Same thing with this, while we're talking about, NCAA ain't got the fucking C.A. Joneses, as my buddy Phil, what's the name down in Nashville on the radio, talk radio down there. They ain't got the C.A. Joneses to get up there and say, hey, this is bullshit that's going on, man. Bullshit. So, and somebody that's out there that's cheating, like the fuck kid in khaki pants up there in the goddamn fucking Michigan. Who's going to the NFL? Goodbye, good riddance. This other guy here, that they got, I think it's that one that cried on there. He's going to be the new coach, I guess, that guy. We love you. We love you, Harbaugh. Come on, baby. I take you for your shoes.
Are you talking about Kirby Smart?
Yeah. No, I'm talking.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about that guy that took over while he was on suspension there. Yeah, suspension. That took his place there as coach. Their interim.
Yeah, and you're right. Coach. If they're going to take Pruitt and absolutely, and I don't know if I'm sticking or is it him?
He's froze. He's coming in over, y'all coming in over each other a little bit. He's froze. He's got 3 bars.
I was trying to.
He's trying.
Yeah, I agree with you. If they don't start doing something about it now, by the time they get a hold of it, it's going to be too far, too gone. It's going to take 5 years to get it back. William's still what's he doing now?
He's getting funky with it. He's getting funky with it. All right. Well, I know we're right here on top of the hour. And there's a lot more I would love to go on. I'm gonna save it for next week because we got a special guest next week.
Well,
if what I was told in my text is correct, we got a special guest going to come on for a little bit. Don't know if he's going to stay for the whole show or not. Just come in and brag about his new show coming on. But I'm proud for the man, and I'm proud to promote him. I am tickled shitless for him, and I will do anything I can to help this man grow. I mean, I'm proud for Nick Saban Jr. I'm gonna be proud for Rise Up. I'm just it's awesome. I love seeing them, just like I love seeing my young guys come in and they become project managers. Then they become production managers. I love seeing it. It makes me feel good. So, but anyway, so we got a surprise coming next week. You're gonna have to tune in next week to find out who it is. But before we leave, I've got to ask William. Talk. Are you still here?
Yeah, as far as I know.
Okay, let me ask you this question.
Oh.
All right. Tennessee, they're on probation. Then we don't know exactly yet what they actually did to violate the NIL. I think it was the quarterback that they gave money to ahead of time to come to the college. That's the rumor mill, but we don't know for a fact.
You talking about Lama?
Yeah. Nico.
Yeah, Nico
guy. Yeah. Then you got Florida. Now this one might be a little sticky. This one, to me, should be a problem, but everybody's doing it. Where an assistant coach went to a booster, set up a meeting between them and a recruit that they wanted to play on their team, and the money it would take to get him on the team. He set it up, and they went. All right. Everybody's doing it, though. I'm sorry. Where are these boosters getting it? They're getting it from the coaching staff. Who do you want on your team, man? Who you want? What do you need? These boosters ain't going, man, I think you need an O-line. Man, I think you need a tight end. I'm going to go ahead and offer this guy money. No, they're going to the coaching staff. Where do I put my money, brother? I want to put my money where it counts for this college. Come on. I mean, they got to get real about this shit. All right. Florida State, same thing. Texas A&M did it. Everybody, I mean, come on. Ohio State just finally come off that pocket big time. This is going on. So how can they get anybody on this NIL when they have no control over it? Do you think that what Tennessee did, allegedly done, is worse than what everybody else is doing, William? Did you hear me, William?
You hung up on him again down there.
All right, I'll come back to you, William. I'll come back to you. You there?
Yeah, I heard you. Yeah. You hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I'm in the fucking Matrix.
You're breaking up. You're like Snap, Crackle, Pops going on, brother. Put a little milk in it, you're just popping away. All right. I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna go here. I apologize, but yeah, you're popping pretty big there. Let me go here to AT. AT, what do you think? What they did is worse than what anybody else did? Are doing?
Well, they're breaking the rules like everybody else is. I mean, but you know what Tennessee done because of old Fat Phil. Ever since he's been at Tennessee, I want them dead, gone, and then buried in the ground. I don't want them ever playing football again. But that's personal. What they're doing, and it, guys, when you play a quarterback, like Lama or something like that, $5-6 million. Spencer, if somebody on your team, you're there, he gets $7 million and they give you $30,000. How's that going to make you feel? Team chemistry, camaraderie, and as a whole, how's that going to make you play for this guy getting $8 million and you're the one protecting his assets from hitting the ground every time? How's that going to make you feel? So as far as
we preached about that, and we preached about that.
Yeah,
it's going to cause issues.
They all doing it. And so that's why I say I think if you take that national letter of intent, make it a 3-year contract, that transfer portal is almost gone right there. That problem is creating is gone. All the illegal stuff you're talking about, that right there, I think that's what they're using. The transfer portal as a way to sneak in the door to give these kids money through the NIL collective. So if you make them sign that NLI, I think that'll do away with a lot of that issue. But I think, they pay Ohio State, I think, around $13 million this year in NIL to players to come up there and play. And how much each one of them got, I don't know. But I think, what Tennessee done, I think it's a little bit worse than, except for Michigan. What Michigan done, I'm telling you now, I'd have kicked khaki pants out of the NCAA with a show cause. If you're going to prove it, what you done to prove it, he gave money to a kid, and you're keeping him out, which is worse,
60,000, not millions. 60,000.
Right.
And his college career is screwed as a coach.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah, I think he should be gone.
Go ahead, Icebox. You haven't got to say anything. Go ahead.
I got 2 questions. What happens if you get a quarterback, running back, lineman, whoever starts really doing good for Alabama? How long is it going to be before he could just transfer on his own because somebody offered him more money to come to their school? And
they're doing it now.
Where does it end?
That's where that national letter of intent could stop.
Contract, 3-year contract.
It's going to go up.
Turn that
up.
to a 3-year contract. Yep. I'm sorry.
I'm glad you zapped his ass. God damn it. Ask stupid-ass questions. Stupid-ass questions.
I'm very intent on this tonight, and all this stuff has been rubbing me wrong for a number of times, and Van, I got to disagree with you. I know he's a kid, but if they gave him $3.5 million to leave Alabama to go to Ohio State, I got a problem with that. You should not be able, I just disagree.
Right.
I mean,
is that your last words? That he's a quitter for $3.5 million.
Oh, I'll call him a quitter the day he dies.
All right. William, what's your last words, brother?
What I've got to say is contracts, and you know this for a fact, Spencer. You know this. Contracts are made to be broken. They does it every day, man. Every day contracts are broken. So getting them to sign something don't mean nothing. Unless you actually got a lawyer right there, or I guess, or put that seal or whatever and say, hey, this is it. This is legal right here with a notary, stamp on it. Then it's nothing, If a notary, that shouldn't mean something, I would say, but just if it's just a written contract, that don't mean doodly squat,
See, you just proved my point. That's why it needs to go through the scholarship. That college he came to that school for. It needs to go through that college, and that college should have to give them financial support. Attorneys look over their contracts, blah, 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 blah. That's part of their job, and they get whatever percentage of the NIL deal it is, whatever it is. But it still has to be a contract of that player coming in. Now, granted, yes, I know. Now he's not a student athlete. He's a pro player. He's getting paid to play. Well, guess what, y'all? That's what we're doing. We're paying these guys to play now, and we're paying them to leave. That's what we're doing. All right. Well, here's my last words I got.
Uh-oh.
Y'all, straight up, I've been extremely fortunate as this bald-headed, ugly old man with my ass on my shoulders up here. I got to live through the Bear Bryant dynasty. I got to live through every bit of the Nick Saban dynasty. Now, if God will let me live to start next season, I'll get to see the start of the new DeBoyer dynasty. Because, y'all, this is still Alabama. It's still Alabama. Yes, we've had some bad coaches. I won't deny that. We had some coaches who didn't give a damn. I understand. We had coaches with big hearts that didn't know how to call plays. We've had that too. But DeBoer ain't one of them, y'all. If y'all will pay attention to what he's doing, how he's working, the people he surrounded himself with, no, we're starting a new dynasty. So all these other colleges that thought we was gone, all you other fans that's going to be watching every game Alabama plays this next year, y'all going to put our ratings up sky high because y'all want to see us get beat so you can laugh at us? We getting funky, brother. We going to get funky on your ass. It ain't happening. It ain't happening.
Yeah,
straight up. It ain't happening. So y'all might as well get used to it, y'all. Because we are BAMA. Deal with it. That's my last words. Anybody got anything else to say before we bring on the mighty bear?
You damn right I do.
Waiting on it.
I'm trying to get myself composed on this because I will disagree to the day this body stops breathing about a player that is, and I know I've said Caleb Downs, he just hadn't been named. Listen, I don't hate the kid. I don't hate anybody that does what they do to get where they got to get or get what they want. It hurts my feelings. If I'm on that team and I look up and this guy leaves, I've been breaking my neck with for 2 years. Me and him been killing ourselves on the field and look up, and this guy leaves just, for money. That's what's pissing me off. That's what's making me mad. Caleb Downs left for money. And I mean, but they come on here and try to tell you, that ain't the reason why he left. That is exactly why he left. And what we got to do, what we need to do is every position through NIL should get paid a certain amount of money if you're on scholarship. When you go to Alabama, if you're the starting center, you're going to get $100,000. If you're the starting tailback, you're going to get $500,000. If you're the quarterback, you're going to get $750,000. Listen, you're not going to pay these kids in college. You should not be paying them $1 million for any position. Just that kind of money at that position. Keep it normal. But anyway, you pay each position. If you're a scholarship wide receiver, you get X amount of money. And you sign that NIL, you sign that national letter of intent for 3 years. You sign for 3 years, you ain't going nowhere. You know what you're making. If you're a quarterback, you're getting, say, $750,000 a year. For 3 years, you're going to get that money. And so you're getting paid to play. All right. Then you take the kids that are, like I said, everybody, signs a contract for 3 years and they get paid a certain amount of money. The camaraderie on the team is going to be better because this guy over here didn't leave to go over here to make $2 extra million. Now, I understand everybody would do that. I leave my job for $2 million. I get that. This ain't a normal job. Playing sports is not normal jobs. It's not a steel worker.
It's a specialty field. No, it ain't. It's a specialty field like scientists and engineering. It's a specialty field.
Right. I've worked at aluminum. I ran mills, aluminum mills, and stuff like that. That ain't the same thing as playing football or baseball or basketball. You can't compare them. Well, this is what you can do that, but this football is, you can't. It's in a total different avenue. But what you was talking about earlier, I don't want to get off that because I'm going to get ticked off again. But earlier you was talking about Alabama is where you come to be a champion. And our basketball team with Nate Oates, that man is doing an outstanding job. He is putting these kids together every year. And I had to brag about a kid. He's a starting guard, Mr. Sears. Guess what? Mr. Sears went to my high school. I went to most shows, and he went there. So, I'm sticking up for the kid. He's having a hell of a season. He's doing great, and he's doing good, and I'm happy for him. I will be an Alabama fan, guys, the day I die. I'll get mad at these guys that transfer out, and I'll say some stuff like that from here to there, but I will never, ever, ever have any respect for Caleb Downs for what he done, how he done it. How he done it is not the same as why he done it. Don't get confused. How he done it, he's a goddamn liar. And that's why I call him a quitter. I know I'm going to get zapped, but that's my last word, and I'll let it go, guys. I'm sorry.
All right. All right, William, one last thing, man. You got anything before we roll up out of here, man? We overtime big time right now.
Yeah, I just want to say, Joanne, we love you, man. I've only known you for a few weeks myself. We and roll. This thing's bye. He's gone. Bye to the rest of them. Boydell Williams, bye. I mean, I did have respect for you at one time, being from Huey Town and saying what you did. But I don't have that respect anymore because you decided to jump ship. So, oh well. So, well, roll that. I'm a Tide till I, brother. I'll always be.
Roll Tide, brother. Roll Tide. Go ahead and take us out of here. We're gonna have to work on. We got to work on Williams' broadcast next week. So go ahead, Ice Boss. Go ahead and take us out, please. Roll Tide, everybody.
You've got to be better in all three areas of life, which of course are spiritual, mental, and physical. You must be able to discipline yourself. If you don't learn but one thing out of football, it'll be worthwhile. There's certain sacrifices that you will have to make. There are going to be many sacrifices you have to make in later life. To fight. Oh, I don't mean fist fight. I mean to get up and come back and get up and come back and get up and come back again after you've been knocked down. And that could happen to you in later life. But if it does, you're going to know how to handle it. There's no one that ever has or ever will accomplish anything alone. I've read about self-made men. That's Tommy Rot, as far as I'm concerned. I don't even know how to define intangibles. And I know that if you learn these lessons, you'll have it. And if you have it, you'll win, and you'll be better prepared in those three areas of life that we've been talking about. That there are going to be times for everyone that you're going to get discouraged. But if you never lose sight of your objective and never give up on yourself, if we do that as a team, 11 at a time, 4 years from now, why,